is about what is management, what are the functions of management, principles of management, characteristics of management, and how the management has evolved, and different schools of thoughts. So, and we entered into the media practices, various media practices and media management. So now we will getting to know about the media market, knowing the media market, which involves media selection, media planning, and media scheduling. Okay. So after the completion of this session, you should be able to understand the concept of media planning and the role of media in overall marketing and advertising plan. To discuss the consideration relevant to media selection, how to select which media, because it's a media is a diverse field, diverse media are there, very different types of media are there. So considering the relevant to the media selection and describing the dominant factors in media scheduling. Okay. So, so media management involves one of the most crucial decisions for an advertisers in its objectives. As I said, everything is a predetermined objective people work with this. So media management is the most crucial decision they have to take for an advertisers in it objective to reach effectively the target audience. Since different products having their different target audience. So effectively the target markets planning and selecting the appropriate and suitable media is an important task, which is a really a most crucial decision. We all know if it is a fast consumer goods or FMCG product, like fast moving consumer goods, which media to select, and if some products are some elite products like a Rolex watch, a BMW, or some even some elite products. So which to target, which market to target? That is an really a task where the advertiser involved to take a crucial decision. So the decisions assume further critical importance with the wide availability of media vehicles. As you say, no, there are various media vehicles, as I said, the media types, and changing reading and viewing patterns in the buying public. So we have to know the pulse of the public, pulse of the viewers and the audience, and their reading patterns and viewing patterns. So the pattern changes, the trend changes with the public. So considering the wide availability of media vehicles and the viewing and reading patterns of the buying public, the decision has to be taken. So that is why it is a critical importance are given. For instance, markets have been flooded with a large assortment of magazines in recent times. If you take a magazine as an example, it is flooded with a large number of magazines. Similarly, a vast spectrum of programs is available on televisions, even the number of television channels, and the televisions also having a vast spectrum of programs. So to make attentive to the home audience, there are what you say vast television programs and television channels. So it is very unfamiliar with a new person to get into to select the media. So examples, for example, if you include matchboxes carrying product advertisements, okay, or the food masala mix. You have seen, no, the food masala mix. I can name like Sakti masala or some other masala, no, carrying marketing messages of good and social causes. It's totally, you see, the product is different. The product mix is different. Marketing mix is different. But for if you take that food masala product, but they carry the marketing messages of good and social causes. Obviously, the advertiser has to seek answers to the following questions to select the media and the market. What you say, the marketing standard message that they are going to deliver. So, how to spend the defined funds allocated to advertising and promotional activities? That is one of the one question where you have to find answer as an advertiser. How to match the media audience with the market audience for the product or service? Media audience is different, market audience is different. Okay, so you have to match the media audience with the market audience. For example, television serials, the media audience. So the market, what would be the right product to market over there during the serials. television serial. So media to matching the media audience with the market audience for the particular product or service is a critical important question to be find answer. How to benefit from seasonal variations, mostly prevalent in sales of all goods and services. The seasonal variations that we will see later. How to view media with overall marketing effect. So this is how to view this media with the marketing. So media viewing the media with the marketing effort that we are going to put is the media selection, planning, and scheduling, which involves the media marketing. So media as a term can be defined both from the media as a term that can be defined both from the users and the suppliers perspective. Okay. So you have to see media from the user's perspective and also from the supplier's perspective. To the users of media, that is advertisers and audiences are the users of media. It is the mix of medium that carry the advertiser's message and constitute as the vital link between the company that manufactures and sells the product and the customer who buy or might wish to buy it. So that is the relationship between, if you see as a media, as a term from the user's point of view. That means advertisers and audiences point of view is it is a medium that carry the advertiser's message, and it is a vital link between the company that manufactures and serves the product and the customer who buy it or might wish to buy it. So it is there's a second rung of marketing communication and is aimed at wider audiences located at different places, because we have a wider audiences since our market is a wide market, diverse market. So it's just to aim at wider audiences where they are located at different places. You see, from the media suppliers point of view, this media term on the other hand include the institutions that offer media. For example, it is a mix of service organization which aim to fulfill the needs of listeners, viewers, and readers for information and entertainment. So the term can be seen from the two perspective of a media supplier and the media user. Media are not primarily and purely for carrying the marketing messages. To be clear in that, media are not primarily and purely for carrying the marketing messages. So they render, what they do is they render a far more meaningful and comprehensive set of beneficial services, which besides the information and entertainment, marketing messages are carried to the audiences. See, the note, the media are not primarily and purely for carrying the marketing message, and it won't work also all the time. Only it doesn't carry the marketing message. So besides the entertainment, the media is not meant for marketing, but meant for entertainment and information. Okay, so besides this entertainment information, the marketing messages are carried to the audience. That is the task. Okay, naturally, therefore, each medium will do its best for making it more attractive and closer to its audience. So these media themselves have to market to the media users. Each and every media has its own market with their media users. Almost every medium, be it television, newspaper, or radio, has a sales and marketing department to look after this particular function. Okay, so it is meant for entertainment and information. As I said, media is not purely primarily more is for marketing. It's meant for entertainment and information, where it has to carry the marketing message that can be looked after by the particular department, which is a sales and marketing department, where almost every medium has. The different types of media matters first before knowing, before planning, or before creating some strategies. We should know what are the different types of media available. So advertisers have a, what is a plenty of media choices, though many of them may be similarly rejected because they are one or other way they are relevant to the product type or to the consumer type. For example, the following are the major types of media which is listed out here: the directory media, so direct mail media, radio advertising, point of purchase media, outdoor media, newspaper as a medium, media magazine, transit media, screen media, television media, specialty media. Okay, so these are all the different television. So these are all the different media options available. Directory media, so direct mailing, radio, advertising. So, so with these availability of media choices, plenty of media choices, we have to crucially, what you say, create a strategic plan to put your media selection. So it's a process. So yes, it's not like selecting. So it is a process. Like any other planning, media planning is done by specialists. The specialists who have the necessary amount of training and experiences. That matters experience. Normally, media planning answers these following questions: when, which, how much. When, the timing of the ad publication. Which, the selection of media, in which media, how, the coordination in media planning, and how much, the budgeting of the ad resources. So this media planning is a process of designing a course of action that shows how advertising time and space will be used to contribute to the achievement of the marketing objectives, that is media marketing objectives. It's a process like it's a process like of designing a course of action that shows how advertising time and space will be used to contribute to achieve their marketing objective. So in this process, the media planner takes into consideration factors like media strategy, media tactics, media planning models, and the effect of all this advertising with the procedures for buying media. So that is the reason it's a media planning is a process. So answer for the question, the timing of the ad of publications, or the time when to deliver the message, which, in which medium, and how we are going to do it, and how much the budget allocated for the ad resources. So media plan is the end product of media planning, and it is a similar what you say, and it is a similar to blueprint of advertising programs of a company. So media plan is a blueprint for advertising programmers. So to obtain this blueprint, the company must become involved in many activities they are related to firm's marketing situations. So it is not a easy task or easy job. So it's a process where it is like a media. Finally, media plan is an end product which is similar to a blueprint of advertising programs. So here there is a what you say a picture which is the scope for media plan. If it is not visible, I the same I'll be uploading it in the Moodle, the same JPEG file. So I found this is a more interesting and more suitable. That is the reason I have taken and pasted over here. It's not visible, no need to worry. I'll be uploading it in the Moodle page. So what is mentioned here is the scope of media planning activities. What are the different scope of media planning activities? It has been divided into three areas: the situation analysis, marketing strategy plans, and the creative strategy plan. Okay, the purpose of doing situation analysis is to understand the marketing problem. An analysis is made of a company and its competitors. The size and share of the what are the points that has to be considered while doing situation analysis? The size and share of total market, the state's history, sales history, cost and profit distribution practice, method of selling, use of advertising. This will be make you to understand the problem, real the marketing problem, which an analysis is made of a company and its competitors, which is the situation analysis. The marketing strategy plan, the second section, tells you to plan act. The purpose of this second part is to plan activities which will solve one or more of the marketing problems, which we have to in this area we have to plan what you say frame a marketing objective, product and spending strategy, distribution strategy, and what we call it as the marketing mix to be used to the best market segments by which one to select. The third part of the media planning scope of media planning is the creative strategy plan, to determine what to communicate through advertisements, include the determination of the point allows. You see here, the third area comes the creativity part, creativity area, creative strategy plan. So the purpose of this creative strategy plan is to determine what to communicate through, what to communicate through advertisements, the message. Okay. Uh, Yeah, sorry. Yes. So the creative plan is the message to determine the stage to determine what to communicate through advertisements, which includes what you say. Determination means what to determine or how product can meet the consumer needs, how product will be positioned, and the themes, copy themes. They used to say the copy, the content themes, the specific objectives of each advertisements, and number and size of advertisements. So mixing of these three sections, three sectors of situation analysis, marketing plan, strategy plan, and the creative strategy plan, which will help you to set the media objectives. Okay, which will the culminated this culmination with all this plan will give you the set media objectives. For example, the purpose of these media objectives is to translate these marketing objectives and strategies into goal that media can accomplish. What is the goal of this particular media to accomplish, which can be derived by all these three sections to work out. Situation analysis, marketing strategy plan, and the creative strategy plan will arrive to set your media objective, which will help you to translate the marketing objective and strategies into goal that media can accomplish. Then determining the media strategy, and finally filling the details of media plan. So it's not clear. I'll be posting uploading the same image in the Google website, Google page, Moodle page. So so at each stage of the planning process, you would recognize the importance of facts and figures and where to study them and to take the sub decisions. For example, the information analysis, but begins right at the first stage, as I said. No, the media objectives. What do you think? Um, what do you think we need to set objectives at all? Objectives means are guidelines laying out just what is required of the plan. Okay, they answer the questions of uh, WHO. The advertising needs to reach where, when, how many, how often, how long, and in what environment. So, what is the kind of information? Just a minute. Just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I'll be back. Please be there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So, uh, so setting the media objectives, it's like it is like just a guidelines or laying out what is required of the plan. So the objective should answer the questions of the who or the advertising need to reach, where, when, how many, how often, how long, and in what environment. So there are broadly five elements in media objective statements. For example, the target audience. Who is our target? So define our target for the particular product or service. Who is our target audience? It has to be defined in the relevant terms, the target audience, and the geographic concentration. Geographic concentration. The location matters here. For placing a product or positioning a product, the geographic location or the that matters to concentrate. The timing considerations, how often, how repeatedly you have to. So the reach and frequency. We will see in detail about each and everything. So reach and frequency and the creative scope. The creative requirement are the creative scope of the audience for the message. So these are the broadly five elements which helps to set the media objectives. So we'll examine each of the above. The target audience. To identify whom the communication is aimed at is the very first task. So this is done by identifying those persons who are recognized to be major contributors to a brand sale or based on the value of a new entrance to the product category. So this can be done by reckoning the who is the major contributor to this brand sale or the product. For instance, the target audience for motorcycles no would most likely be men in the age group between 18 to 35 or 18 to 40 years with at least a monthly income of rupees 10 or 12,000 and above. So this kind of information which is looked at this stage is the product usership data. In terms of target audiences, demographic and psychographic profile are very much important. So considering all these things will help you to fix whom the communication is aimed at the very first task, the target audience. The demographic profile and the psychographic profile of which we call it as the usership data. The while the first identifies the person, the second highlights, as I said, no, the usership there, the demographic first identifies the person, the second highlights his lifestyle or interest. The geographic concentration, the geography. A brand sales pattern would differ from market to market based on the geographical location. So certain markets are higher in priority either due to their status as being large volume markets, having considerable competitive activity or being developmental markets. As I said, no, there are big markets, big malls and big showrooms, for example, DMart, Reliance Trends. So they have a large volume of market considerably the second tier or third tier cities that doesn't have that sort of large volume of market. So having considering the competitive activity in the large volume of markets, which is call it as the developmental markets in the second and third tier cities. So the geographic concentration is very important. So I'm here you have to consider not only the television or radio advertising, consider all the different types of media, direct mail, point of purchase, and billboards, transit media, screens. So, media objectives need to specify increased impact, increased impact planned for such markets. So, the information looked at this purpose, no, you call it as the market performance, advertising performance, and the comparative advertising, where the strategy and activity in the market. So the third one is the timing. This factor relates to the relative importance given to certain time period in order to capitalize your market on either a market seasonality or media event opportunity. So both matters to find the time period to capitalize your message. So for instance, if the campaign is launch a low interest terms, it would be pertinent to build high initial awareness and thereafter we have to provide a support through the key consumption period. For example, insurance, life insurance. Another example, no, if you take a cola drink using the Reliance Cup as a media event opportunity, heightening its communication, which involved endorsement of the drink by cricketers. Okay, taking a drink or food beverages, using it in a sports trophy, a Reliance Cup or IPL, some cup as a media event, was we can see this as a media event opportunity. So which will definitely helps you to endorse, give an endorsement that this product is endorsed by the endorsement of the drink by the cricketers. The timing consideration, where you have to do things: media event opportunity and the market sensationality, the reach and frequency. So, which is the based on the marketing objectives, it is always important to quantify the actual number of target audience desired to be covered. So that is the reach and the number of time the target person is to be exposed to the advertisement. That is the frequency in order to affect the desired response. So the total actual number of target audience is the reach and number of time the target person is to be expected to the advertising. So the actual number of target persons covered is known as reach. Number of exposures they are to receive is the frequency. So, and another consideration in this area is which exposures must occur to the continuity. So, this strategic media planning which will helps to incorporate the setting a effective reach and effective frequency objectives, which help you to position the target segment, which will be the essential minimal frequency, which will help you to which is with a minimal frequency reaching the maximum number of audience. The creative requirement, that the fifth element in setting up a media objective statement is the creative requirement, which is the message communicated through it. The relevant communication characteristics. No, there are certain communication characteristics and what you say. I want to tell two things. Each and every communication method has its own characteristics and the environment required to deliver it. Okay, so the demonstration. I will list a few. The demonstration of a product. For example, the character you are communicating the message in the form of demonstration. Just a minute. The form of demonstration. There should be some authority or believability will be there. So if you demonstrate a product, the authority believability will be more. For example, the bathroom cleaning, what do you say, that Harpic and what are some other brands are there. So they will go for the demonstration type of method of communication. Visualization, which gives you the humor or fun has to be there. For example, the chocolate ad, any other ad, the fun based elements. Music quality is required for the sound. Color, which if you use a color method, characteristics of communication, then it has to be imaginative and it has to stimulate. So the creative units are mutually agreed upon by the creative and the media department. So the creative requirements will be taken care of the creative department in the any advertising agency or media house. So the media planning function. So with this, the media planning function, how this media planning function. So this fit into the media agency or any advertising agency to develop the campaigns. Two things: client servicing and account management, how a media planning will work. So media planning therefore is one of the dual functions of the media department. Both planning and buying are closely linked. Planning happens in the inside the stage and buying is the media vehicle. So in the development of an advertising campaign, both the creative and media departments works in close interaction, since the respective task of each function are influenced by the decision taken by the other. So if a creative department is taking some sort of decision, definitely it will affect the other section, the media service section, planning, buying, and media, the right side, and the creative service, copy, art, and film, the communication characteristics involved to develop the message for advertising. The next here shows you the different types of media and its what you say, the major choice rules. So the usage, the major reason for involvement is media strategy would apply to different situations. So here the image displays you the use of different media depends on what sort of major choice rules. Direct advertisement, direct mail advertisement, radio advertisement. So these are all the types, different types of media listed out here. The use depends on the advertising objective, cost, media flexibility, restriction, media availability, media coverage. So uh, this I'll be uploading this image also for your reference in the Moodle page. And finally, the media selection. So the selection process deals with a series of questions that need to be answered in the pursuit of media selection. Selection process deals with these questions. What kind of consumer does the advertiser wish to reach? What kind of message dispersion is required? What kind of seasonal and or regional concentration is required for advertising, and what attributes should be inherent in the selected media. So it is expected what kind of consumer. So it is expected that the marketing plan would make a specific mention of the target consumer. As I said, it will give you a specific interpretation for your creative media strategy. This objective of this media strategist here, is to define the kind of consumer that the advertising will reach. What kind of consumer does you want to reach? Which how this can be arrived is studying the consumer demographics, consumer psychographics, and the product usage. So this outlines the area of data, usership data, the data requirement for media choice and for market choice. So the kind of consumer matters for selecting a media. So message dispersion, what kind of message dispersion is required? So in this question, uh, for instance, a smaller audience but more frequently. You see, minimal frequency reaching maximum audience, are more profitable to reach a bigger audience, it reaches less often. So for it, should the message try to reach a smaller audience but more frequently, or to reach a bigger audience but very less often? So the message dispersion, like reach and frequency both in combination, will work to decide what sort of dispersion you want to see. For example, if a media planner for a toothpaste to choose between two plans, one is a plan A consists of 8 prime time television exposures within 4 weeks. For example, for a month, we will be getting 8 exposures in a prime time television time. Okay, delivering one advertising message at least once in 4 weeks to about 70% households. The plan B, 32 afternoon TV exposures at least once in 4 weeks. For example, you see, the plan A is 8 primetime television exposures within 4 weeks, or plan B, 32 exposures, 32 afternoon television exposures at least once in 4 weeks. Definitely the choice will go for the plan A, because number of the name of the game is here is the number of people it reached. So there is a message. However, message dispersion matters. The reach and frequency. Definitely, anybody will go for the maximum reach. No need to worry about the minimum frequency. But still, researchers going, which in this area, how the message dispersion has to make. So the task of media selection by the seasonal or regional concentration, by the what you say, the variation in media industry. It is especially important for the products and services that have seasonal or regional demand. So this should be taken care of for the products like seasonal and regional demand. For examples range from ice cream, soft drinks, ceiling fans, air conditioners, yeah, like that. But don't want to include ice creams here because ice cream is not a seasonal product. It has become all around year. It is the demand product. So soft drinks, ceiling fans, festive demands projects like puja, holiday puja based things, and Christmas, etc. Put a further pressure on the media selection. Okay, the third question, no, seasonal and regional concentration again gives you a further pressure to select a media which product on which season or which region demand. So call for a special consideration in media selection. Finally, because our market, Indian market, is a diverse market, like diverse cultures, lifestyles in the regional markets with the market beyond during the product demand. Okay, like for puja, Christmas, everything. So it matters. So considering this area is important. So the final selection answer is to select a media setting media objective for media selection is the what attributes should be inherent in a selected media. Media must add value to the marketing messages. Keep it in mind. Media, the marketing message, what is the attribute should be inherent in the selected media is media must add value to the marketing messages. This is most important attribute that is inherent in a good media. So this value is both qualitative and quantitative. For example, qualitatively the media and their weight to the messages. So the first option is what the marketing message will add value to the particular media what you have selected. Okay, so that is more important. And finally, what do you say? Media, sorry, still running. Media scheduling. So once the media planning and selection is accomplished, completed, then to satisfaction of both advertisers and agencies, now the attention is diverted to task of deciding the media scheduling. It concerns answering the such questions as how many of each media vehicle space and time units be bought. So this will be little bit confusing, but you sit and relaxedly go through these slides. The process of selection, planning, planning, selection, scheduling. So this is a process in an order it should happen. Okay, what period should such buying be? Okay, normally media scheduling is considered as a what you say the 4 week period. That there's an advertisers having a 6 types of schedule. You want a steady schedule or what you say pulsed campaign. The steady pulse is the easiest type of schedule to prepare. For instance, one ad per week for 52 weeks or one ad per month for 12 months may be prepared. So this is the steady pulse. Or two ads per week for 52 weeks or two ads per month for 12 months. So this is a steady pulse. Seasonal pulse. The seasonal nature of products dictate the use of seasonal pulse. For example, the cold creams, Vaseline, lip balms and lip creams, air conditioners. So in the month of winter and summer respectively, cold creams and ceiling fans, there has to be seasonal pulse planned on the winter and summer. So the seasonal product needs a seasonal pulse of scheduling your campaign or media message. Period pulse, scheduling of media at regular intervals but not related to the seasons of the year. It's called the periodic pulse. For example, mixes the, the food items during puja or Christmas for gift purposes. No, it is a period pulse. Okay, it is not only focused to the for particular season, ever the demand across the year, but still the seasonal, the periodic will be increased. So the fourth one is the erratic pulse. When advertising is spaced at irregular intervals, it is called erratic pulse. Erratic pulse by itself is not to be ignored because it is quite likely that the advertiser is trying to cause changes in the typical purchase cycles. For example, ceiling fans and soft. So there is no any periodic or regular steady pulse. Just like irregular intervals. It is the reason is advertiser trying to cause some changes in the typical purchase cycles. So advertising in months other than summer months could attempt to even out purchase throughout the year. So the erratic pulse, which helps you to sell your product throughout the year evenly. So this is like an experiment where the advertiser tries to change the purchase cycle of the product. The startup pulse, it is quite common to see a heavily concentrated media scheduling to open a new product or new campaign. This is called startup pulse. For instance, adopted by a videocon or television to thrill the little live subs, considering that they had a distinct startup pulse. If you remember the Onida advertisement, this thing, no, for a new media, a new product or new campaign. Promotional pulse. This scheduling pattern is suits only for a particular promotional theme of a company. So it will be more in nature of one-time only advertising will be heavily concentrated during a particular time. So example of a promotional pulse would include like several companies like MRF Media Campaign and Jawaharlal Nehru Centenary Sports. So if you see the MRF Media Campaign, which linked to the Nehru's Centenary Sports Meet. So they will be having a promotion in that particular event. So several scheduling patterns are available. As I said, no, the soft drinks with like some cricket trophies. So regular review of the scheduling patterns that is beneficial to the advertisers. So with this, media scheduling aims to do the following things. It's going to be the final. Analyzing reach, frequency, and continuity. Again, we are repeating analyzing the reach, frequency, and continuity. Reach is how many audience to how much you're reaching, frequency, how many times, and the continuity matters. So, the still research have been conducted to analyze the data pertaining to this reach, frequency, and continuity. So, given below are some of the major findings which media planners would do well to remember. As I said, no reach, frequency, continuity. Research are happening, and so these are a few interesting findings. See, continuity assumes important because advertising is often forgotten, if not reinforced by continual exposure. So that is the continuity matter. So thus, it would thus be for a marketer to spend money 1 week on running an advertising after 6 months only, such long gap will fail to reinforce the message. So repeated exposures are needed to impress a message on the memories of a large proportion of audience consumers. So as number of exposures increases, the number of persons who remember it increase. Not only this length of time for which they remember also increases. Remembering is a key thing to media planners. That is the placing the product on the people's consumers' mind. So remembering is a key thing to media planners. So an intensive burst of advertising is more likely to cause a large number of people to remember it. So it may, in many cases, no, reaching as many as people as possible may be as important of the task of reaching a fewer number of people, but more frequently. So it goes without emphasizing that media planning is more an art than a science because it keeps on changing. Because if you remember, no, in the first point we say different usage patterns from the people and the trend changes. So that's why it's a process. It is not a fixed strategy or fixed plan. The different medium vehicles are there. Once we know the characteristics of the medium and the media vehicle, but the public or the consumers usage pattern and their own trend, it is keep on changing. That is the reason it is works like a media planning is more an art than a science, because these universally applied scientific methods have been evolved as it. There is no any unique universal scientific method is applied to plan for a media. As I said, no, there is no fixed. So it tests. Therefore, the knowledge, perception, skills of any media planner is required to keep on changing as they're doing this media planning, selection, and scheduling as a process. And summary, summarizing, media planning is a decision-making process aimed to arrive at three basic decisions. What should be the media objectives, which media should be selected, and how are the selected media to be used. Okay. And media plan evolves from is fully integrated with the marketing, advertising, and creative objectives. Setting media objectives is essentially what you say. It's laying guidelines how to reach where, when, how many, how often, how long, in what environment. So evaluating the media opportunities, is to explore which media are available and what role they could play in the coverage of the target audience. So developing a media strategy describe how precisely the selected media mix would be used in relation to each other with a view to achieve the media objectives. So this planning, selection, and scheduling, which helps you to derive with the media objective. So media plan evaluation is a crucial final stage to check whether the planned media program is conformed to set your objectives. So the necessarily evaluation, is to uh, is to find the reach and frequency levels. So reach, frequency, and continuity matters. So I'm quickly summarizing is the media selection, media planning, selection, and scheduling is a crucial part in any media management company for advertising agencies or media houses launch a product to work out, and it is a process. What we presented now is a given a brief overview about the selection planning and scheduling. We will see in detail about the other elements and other factors that involved in this media management in the later classes.